Welcome back, dear viewers, and you are still watching The Breakfast Show. And in this segment of our program, we will talk about the World Youth Forum, which is currently taking place in Sharm el-Sheikh, with the attendance of many participants from 196 countries. But in this segment, we will focus on the African participation in the conference and the issues that were discussed and related to the African continent. And today we are joined by Mr. Ibrahim Jibril. He is one of the African representatives in the fourth Forum for African Youth, which was held recently on the sidelines of the conference of Cairo Water. Good morning, Mr. Ibrahim.
Good morning. Thank you very much.
So before talking about the World Youth Conference, tell me first about being one of the representatives of the fourth Conference for African Youth, which was held recently.
Okay, as you said, I should talk about being a representative for African students. You know, before I became a representative for African youth here in Egypt, I have been seeing some of my colleagues have been participating in the General Union. So I used to think that this being a member of the union or an executive body of the union, this is something huge because it is a big responsibility to be a representative. So I have been there for almost, I have been working as student representative for almost 3 years. Since it was 2019, I have started participating in this students' union, SUGs. So recently in December, 11th of December, I have participated in this conference. It was held in the Cairo new capital. So we have been here to talk about the conference, which was held there under the organization of His Excellency, President of the Arab Republic of Egypt, Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. So as you see that he is doing his best always to ensure that the African youth whom are living here in Egypt are being well trained and getting all the capabilities in order to be the future leaders in Africa in general.
So this forum was focused on preparing African youths living in Egypt to be leaders in the countries.
Yes, because if you see the African in general, since the Egypt has led the Africa in 2019, since the time.
Yes, Egypt was leading the African continent.
Yes, Egypt was leading the African continent 2019. So till 2019 up to now, Egypt is still doing the job as leading the youth.
Yes.
But what I have been trying to say is that here in Egypt, whenever someone wants to talk about something related to politics, people will stay against him. Oh, don't talk about politics. Don't talk about politics. But my idea here is that if we do not talk about politics, how could we be leaders in the future?
Yes.
Yes. In order to make a democracy or in order to make a good leaders, according to my opinion, we must have to talk about politics. Maybe not internal politics, but international politics. We need to know the international law. We need to know the customs of the diplomatic issues. We need to know how to solve our problems. We need to know how to make a negotiation.
How to be part of decision making.
Yes, how to be part of decision making, as I have said earlier. So you as the youth, I think it is better to participate in each matter of making the decisions.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Ibrahim, for the past 2 days, we have all been following the World Youth Forum, in its fourth edition in Sharm el-Sheikh. And we have seen also the African participation in this important forum. So can you tell us more about representatives from African countries who participated in this conference?
Well, as I said to you, I have been trying to register my name there in this conference, in World Youth Forum. But unfortunately, I tried my best on 2019, 2021, but I wasn't accepted there.
Yes.
But I know some of them who participated there.
Some of your
particularly
friends are
some of my friends
are participating
yes, yes, such as Abdul Ghaffar, such as Abdullah, Abu Bakr.
Yes, and what are the roles there?
So they went there in order to represent Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Yeah, as African youth also. This Abdul Ghaffar, he has been in the World Youth Forum since 2020.
He was keen to attend every time.
He was keen to attend there. So, and they have done
Yes.
their best in order to represent, or in order to present our agendas. And in general, they went there to present African youth agenda. What do African youth need in Egypt?
Yes, and this is a very important point that we
Yes.
need to focus. What are the needs of the African youths in the coming period?
You mean the need
And
in
how
Egypt?
can such conferences help you to achieve these ambitions?
Firstly, such conferences, it helps us to make like a brotherhood as African youth. As I told you, I have been here for almost 7 years. So I have been attending such conference. So the main reason for attending this conference is that it is making a brotherhood between the African youth. It is also making African youth in order to know themselves. Because this conference, but the unfortunate thing is that we as African youth, we have been attending the conference, but we need to participate in the politics in a practical way. Practically, we have been attending the conference as like theoretically. We need to be participant, or we need to be part of the decision making. It is not necessary, I mean, to make the youth like a leader, or to give a youth a ministry. But at least, I have said this before.
Yes.
We are the youth of Africa. We have been taught that we are going to be leaders of tomorrow. Yes, we hope to be so. We have to be good leaders. But at least our leaders should have to make some vacancies in order for us to be part of the decision making. This is very important also. As I have said, this conference is doing their best against this immorality. And in this conference also, it is doing the best in dealing with such like nationalism and racism. You see, before during this conference, as I could remember, I wasn't know the time, but I have heard from my friends that before, Egypt of before, it is not like Egypt of today. There used to be something like racism, tribalism. For example, if someone African come to country, some people used to against him or used to make an accusation towards him. But now it is not like that. Now whenever you say Egyptian, he say, welcome, we are all Africans.
Yes.
We are all Africans. So
Big nation.
Big nation. So I am sure this conference are something that make important role in making this great brotherhood between the African youth in general.
Yes. So, Ibrahim, tell me about your stay here in Egypt. What are you studying and your expectations from your stay here?
Well, as I have said, I have been here in Egypt for almost 7 years. I have
7
years.
Yes, long
because
time.
I have come to Egypt since around 2015.
15.
Yeah. So the first time I came to Egypt, I had heard that I am going to stay here for 7 years. It was unimaginable. Yeah, I didn't expect.
Yes.
Right after I came here, I was all totally upset. How can I stay in this country for 7 years? Because I was child.
Yes.
I was only 15 when I came to
15?
Egypt. Yes.
Okay.
I was 15 to 16,
Yes,
something like
too
that.
young, yeah.
Yeah. So I was thinking that how can I stay here with no mother, no friends, no family? So after then, I started living here. I called my mom after 2 weeks. I told her, I am leaving this country. I cannot stay here for these years. It is, oh, sorry. It's okay. Just try to focus on your
You're
study.
coming to study in Al-Azhar, yes?
Yes, I came to study in Azhar.
Yes.
And right after I came here, I joined the higher school, Al-Azhar High School.
Yes.
2015 to 2017. And I found myself, mashallah, I have started becoming good in Arabic. Because when I came here, I have been learning Arabic since I was in Nigeria. But I wasn't good in Arabic. Why? Because I didn't use to practice my Arabic there. I didn't use to talk with Arabic language. So since I came to Egypt, in just 2 years, I found myself, mashallah, I'm good in Arabic. I could speak as well as Egyptian maybe. But
So, yes,
right after
you learned Arabic here in Egypt.
Yes, I learned Arabic here. As I've told, I have been learning since I was in Nigeria.
Yes.
But when I was in Nigeria, I wasn't good in Arabic. Because in Nigeria, we just used to go to school. After coming to school, we throw back
Yes.
our bag
Yes.
and nothing.
Yes.
Because there, most of the citizens, we talk only in Hausa or in English.
Yes. It's
More
not,
especially Hausa, because I live in the Hausa society, Hausa community
Yeah.
in Kano State. So we didn't use to practice Arabic language. That is why we were not good there. So right after
So one of the good
concluded-
things that happened to you here is studying Arabic, and you become now more professional in Arabic.
Of course, I became professional because I could even write reports in Arabic.
Yes, excellent.
But the best thing I have learned in Egypt, I learned how to be friendly. Because Egyptian youth, exactly, they are friendly.
They are so friendly.
Because whenever someone say you try to, hey, where are you from? Or so even young people try to say assalamu alaikum, or my friend, or something like that.
Yes.
So I
Yes,
like
so
this
friendly.
character, by the way.
Yes.
So right after I concluded my high school in 2017, I decided to join
The university.
the university, still in Al-Azhar. I called my father, Dad, what do you think it is suitable for me to study? He asked me that, you have concluded your high school, right? I told him yes. He told me, I am not the one who is going to study for you. Just make decision for yourself. You'll say, okay, it is okay for me. The first thing is that I tried to apply for the Faculty of Commerce, Department
Yes.
of Economics.
Economics.
Yeah, it was my first choice, by the way. But unfortunately, I didn't admit to that. So I decided to change my decision in order to apply for the Faculty of Mass Communication.
Why did you
or
change
for
your mind?
information, as you say.
Yes.
Yeah. And finally, now I'm graduated of the Faculty of Mass Communication, Department of Public Relations and Media Advertisement.
Media advertisement.
Yes.
And you haven't started work yet.
I haven't started working yet.
But
maybe if there are some vacancies, maybe
Yes,
you could,
you
I
can
could be
help.
employed.
Yes. Okay. But you decide to continue staying here in Egypt.
Yeah,
You'll not
bec-
go back to your country.
Yes, I decided to continue here in Egypt because I have applied for the PGD, postgraduate diploma
Yes,
in
okay.
business administration.
Yes. So, Ibrahim, also, if we talk about the challenges that face the African countries, how can they cooperate, African youths cooperate to face these challenges?
To be frank, the main challenges we are facing in African continent as general, hunger,
Yes. Poverty.
insecurity, and poverty in general. African continents are facing poverty. But the unfortunate thing is that whenever we are talking about natural resources, we have natural resources here in the African youth. For example, let us make an example with Nigeria. Nigeria, they do have petrol.
Yes.
Libya, they do have petrol. All
They are
used
rich
to-
countries, yeah.
Yes, rich countries. Niger, they have uranium. These countries like Cote d'Ivoire and others, they have cacao. But the unfortunate thing is that the European countries, they buy 1 ton of petrol with maybe $50 or $53. They try to change it. I mean, they are getting petrol from Africa with $50, and they get it back to Africa with $200. How could that be?
Yes.
We have the natural resources, but what is the importance of our natural resources?
So African youths should learn how to benefit
Yes.
from their natural resources.
Of course, they should learn how to benefit from their own natural resources.
Yes.
Because we have is that we have natural resources, but we do not have the knowledge to provide them. We do not have this technology. The main challenges we are getting here is illiteracy, poverty, hunger, and insecurity as well in Africa.
Yes.
When we fix these problems, I think we have done with our problems. When we could try to fix those problems that are facing the continent as general. Yes.
So, dear viewers, on the sidelines of the World Youth Forum, Nile TV's correspondent Noah held this interview with Harry Manta from Ghana.
Harry Manta.
You know him?
Mante from Ghana, the CEO of Philomat Consort in Ghana. Yeah. Okay, so I came as a delegate to participate in the World Youth Forum, and so far what I have gone through, the sections, the workshops that we've gone through, I see to be awesome. Yeah.
This is your first time in Egypt?
Yes, this is my first time.
And what do you think? Our country?
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, a very friendly country where I have had the opportunity to meet a lot of people. Yeah, the people here are awesome, very warming, welcoming. I really love this place.
What is your impression about the organization about this?
In fact, I would say they've really done very, very well because gathering a lot of people from around the world for such a conference, they've really, really done very well, and I see everything on point. So, yeah, kudos to them. They've done very, very well.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
Of the World Youth Forum, and joining us from Sharm el-Sheikh, Mr. Mohammed Gamal, media team member in the World Youth Forum. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much to give me the opportunity to share with you these ideas about World Youth Forum.
Yes, Mr. Gamal, let's talk about this forum and to what extent it is different from the other forums, the other three ones that were held before.
Exactly. First of all, the first edition of World Youth Forum was launched in the presence of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and Sinai in Sharm el-Sheikh in South Sinai City. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi announced the launch of the fourth edition to overcome crisis of pandemic and talk about what we can do after the pandemic period, which is Egypt have faced it with professional way and a lot of tools and a lot of expectations, but the world sees it with a lot of big anticipation.
Yes, Mr. Gamal, can you tell us about the sessions that are expected to take place today and what are the topics that will be tackled?
President Fattah el-Sisi participates in a lot of sessions and share with the youth and listen to them in the session, which is make them a lot of proud and make them a lot of high expectations that the president of the country listen to their ideas, their expectations, that gives them a lot of pride.
Yes, Mr. Gamal?
With you?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Can you also shed light on the participants and from which countries and what are they doing there? Tell me more about the participants in the conference.
Yeah, it welcomed a lot of countries and a lot of leaders of countries this year, and a lot of youth from all the world. under the supervision of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi in Sharm el-Sheikh. And the 3 editions previous, which was held in Sharm el-Sheikh with high level of leaders and high level of youth, which should have a lot of recommendations that discuss a lot of about the climate change, a lot of issues about how to deal with the world after the pandemic. I think it's a lot of ideas the youth need to the leaders to listen to them, and Egypt success to make that in the World Youth Forum, especially in the 4th edition. I can say to you that in the 4th edition was more exclusive to make a lot of world see Egypt in this awesome and great shape.
Also, Mr. Gamal, tell me about the inauguration ceremony and its organization.
First of all, in the first of ceremony, we see a robot welcome with President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and reflect and self-reflect how Egypt take care of technology and how to send a message about technology is more important for another thing, and Egypt take care of that, and not a traditional thing. It also make a robot that presents a lot of events like that. That's more awesome for a lot of speakers and the presence of the youth.
Yes. Yes, I'd like to thank you, Mr. Muhammad Gamal, media team member in the World Youth Forum in Sharm el-Sheikh. Thank you for being with us. And back to you, Mr. Ibrahim, and we were talking about the African participation in the World Youth Forum. Yes. So let's talk about Nigeria in particular, as we were talking that there is a sort of cooperation between Egypt and Nigeria. Yes. in training leaders, future leaders. Yes. So can you shed light on this issue?
Of course, as I have said earlier, I have been staying squarely behind my opinion, and I still support my opinion, which is we as a youth, we have to be politicians, because if we are not, if we have no idea of being politicians, how could we be able to solve our problems?
Yes.
Nowadays, politics is almost everywhere. Everywhere. Politics is dealing the world. So at least we as the youth, we have to have an idea or a little bit of politics, negotiation, problem-solving skills, and so on and so forth. What I have been accusing or I have been challenging here in Egypt, if you, no matter who you are, if you talk about something, anything related to politics, some people try to manipulate you not to talk on. So what I see is that if we do not talk about politics, how could we be able to solve our political problems?
Yes.
How could we be able to make a good continent? How can we be a good leaders? And nowadays, in order to be a strategic leader, you need to have a politics. How can you be able to make a good diplomacy? You have to talk on politics, of course. Because this politics, international law says that the first interested party to politics is public opinion. So there must be public opinion. And Egypt in general, I mean Egypt and Nigeria particularly, if you look at the cooperation between Egypt and Nigeria, I said this before, Egypt and Nigeria had already been making this cooperation since 90s. because there was an agreement the period of former president of Egypt, Jamal Abdel Nasser. So there used to be an agreement between Egypt and Nigeria, not only for training, even for training the army in terms of security, because there is exchanging of ideas between the securities themselves, not only leaders.
Yes.
As I could remember, I had participated in the course 2020 in Cairo University,
Yes.
which is 1,000 African leaders. And my department was politics. There was politics, there was information, there was technology, and so on and so forth. And I was participating in the Department of Politics. So I have learned that every one of us need to have an opportunity. We need to have an opportunity to ensure that the
Yes.
African youth are trying their best, or they have the idea, but they do not know how to participate. They don't know how to practice.
How to start.
How to start, yes. So we need to be pushed in order to be a good leaders.
Yes.
And you said about the training. Of course, we have been getting training here, not only in leadership, in everything.
In all
Sport,
sectors.
in all sectors, yes. Politics, sport, technical, even
Health.
entrepreneurship, even agriculture here, almost everywhere.
So we have many African youths here getting trained in different sectors, as you've just mentioned.
Of course, in different sectors and different universities here in Egypt.
Yes. So also, Mr. Ibrahim, finally, if we talk about the World Youth Forum, as it is expected to end tomorrow, the message that will be delivered to the whole world after it wraps up its fourth edition.
The message it's going to be delivering to the world is that globalization. We need to be a global world. We need to be one family. World Youth Forum. I think this is the main important of making this forum, particularly for Africans, for the world in general, and for African in particular.
Yes.
We need to be one family. We need to stay against this racism, tribalism,
Yes.
discrimination,
Yes.
all such things. They need to be withdrawn.
Yes.
We need to be one Africa. We need to be one continent.
Yes, true.
This is going to be the message
yes.
the forum is delivering.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I'd like to thank you, Mr. Ibrahim Jibril, African representative
Thank
in
you
the
also.
on the youth conference, African conference that was held recently. And dear viewers, also we have this interesting interview from Sharm el-Sheikh, and Nile TV's correspondent Noha Ale held this interview with Lyon Badara, Diop speaker from Senegal. And with this report, we come to the end of today's edition of the Breakfast Show. And stay tuned for our special coverage to the fourth edition of the World Youth Forum.
Okay, please, can you present yourself?
Okay, so hi everybody. My name is Alioune Badara Diop, and I'm from Senegal.
Can you talk, please, about your session today?
Okay, so I was nominated by the National Training Academy, which one I'm an alumni of the African Presidential Leadership Program. So I was nominated to make a speech about the experience we got here in Egypt during the African Presidential Leadership Program, and the way that this program is actually participating to enhance and African youth who get an identity of Africa as African. And I would like to share this experience with youth coming all around the world.
And what do you think about this edition of the World Youth Forum?
Well, I would like to make a focus about the logistic that Egyptian country, as a dynamic country, they set up to organize this session, like this edition, during pandemic situation. It's really good, and it's really important for us to make the statement about how Egypt as a country is facing the coronavirus, and from the airport to Sharm el-Sheikh all the protocol is respected. Every 48 hours, people do PCR tests to see if they are positive or not. And unfortunately, even people who got the virus here during the pandemic, they have specific protocol to take in charge and be sure that they recover well and participate to the World Youth Forum.
Is it your first time in Egypt?
No, I was here in 2019 participating to the African Presidential Leadership Program, but it's the first time coming to the World Youth Forum, and it's amazing to be here in Sharm el-Sheikh.
What do you think about Sharm el-Sheikh?
Sharm el-Sheikh is the beautiful country. I'm quite sure that my wife and I and our little boy will come again.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.